Hey guys, Useless here, and today we are going to be talking about Cinemacon 2022. They announced a bunch of cool like nerd stuff, like Marvel and DC stuff. So we're gonna talk about it. And I do just want to be real about two things real quick. First of all, we are just going to talk about like the nerdy stuff because that's what we talk about on this channel. Like I think Laz Berman, whatever his name is, he's making an Elvis movie. We're not talking about Laz Berman's Elvis because that doesn't really pertain to this channel. It is what it is. Um, and the second thing I want to be real about is that this is a worthless video for you to watch because I'm not at CinemaCon. I didn't see the things that the CinemaCon attendees watched. This is all secondhand information. Like, there are plenty of other YouTube videos that are going to be way more valuable for you to watch. For example, John Campia, he's a guy that I watch a lot. He's there and he's covering it all and he watched everything. So just want to be real. But hey, if you like the vibes here, then you can stay and watch. So, but I did just want to be real about some stuff. So, first of all, we'll talk about Sony first. They went first, and we'll talk about Across the Spider-Verse. This is something from Variety. After turning Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse into a critical and commercial smash, the filmmakers hyped up a crowd of movie theater owners by showing an exclusive look at the first 15 minutes of the follow-up Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Lord and Miller also announced the next installment, previously denoted as Part 2, will be titled Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. They're also upping the body count. The first movie had 40 characters, the sequel has 240. So, a couple interesting things. And they also, oh no, I included that. Yeah, they showed the first 15 minutes. I'm not going to go into details about, like, the 15 minutes that they showed because I don't know. I don't need to know about, like, specific, like I don't need to know about things in a movie, like a huge chunk of it in context of the film. I'd rather experience that for myself. So again, you can find that information elsewhere. But yeah, they announced that the titles for these movies are going to be the sequel is going to be Across the Spider-Verse, and then the third one is going to be called Beyond the Spider-Verse. I like that more. I really don't like how the what is essentially a trilogy, right? I mean, this is what it is was being like the second two movies were being labeled as part 1 and part 2. It's like, no, it's Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be the Into the Spider-Verse 3. That's what it is. So just I like that more. And then 240 characters. That's a whole tweet. It's a whole tweet right there. I mean, I guess that's cool. It's one of those things that obviously this movie's going to be insane. There are going to be a bunch of characters. I hope it doesn't get muddled and it actually just ends up being a great movie, which I'm sure it will be because, they've instilled confidence within me with that first Spider-Man movie. And then, this is also coming from Variety. Sony Pictures has greenlit a third installment in the Tom Hardy-led Venom franchise following the back-to-back box office successes of 2021's Venom: Let There Be Carnage, and 2018's Venom. The studio. I don't know what's going on with me. The studio also announced plans for another Ghostbusters installment, and whatever Ghostbusters is, I'll be real with you. I never even watched the Ghostbusters reboot, but yeah, the Venom 3 is coming. I mean, I'm not, obviously nobody's surprised, right? Like, even though I personally think the first two Venom movies are really bad, they made a lot of money. So, of course, there's going to be a third one. And I think audiences like it. So it is what it is. I have to watch it. I have to watch the third Venom. I don't really want to watch the third Venom, but I'm going to. I'm part of the problem. So, it is what it is, like I said. Okay, now let's get to like the big news, I guess, from Sony's presentation. They've announced an El Muerto movie. Let's just read the deadline. Let's just read from Deadline. Sony has announced a El Muerto movie is in development with Latin Grammy winner and platinum-selling recording artist Bad Bunny attached to star. The news came out of Cinemacon during Sony's panel where Bad Bunny made a surprise appearance. Though El Muerto isn't as popular as Venom or Kraven the Hunter, Sony's rush to get this film into development had a lot to do with Bad Bunny's persistence in finding that right superhero property for himself. The superstar is set to make his major studio debut in the highly anticipated action pick Bullet Train on July 29th. A project Sony is very high on and has already led to Aaron Taylor Johnson landing the lead role in Kraven the Hunter. The same situation looks to have happened with Bad Bunny, with execs extremely high on the final Bad Bunny footage from the film. Following recent meetings to figure out a starring vehicle for him, the multi-hyphenate took matters into his own hands and began mining the Spider-Man library for Latin characters that would suit him, eventually coming across El Muerto. The studio loved the idea, and the hope is to move fast on the project given Bad Bunny's busy touring and acting schedule. Besides Bullet Train, he was also recently seen in Narcos Mexico and has Cassandra coming out with Gael Garcia Bernal. Okay, so I want to talk about a few things here. I've seen people people on Twitter kind of mock this decision and get mad about it for what I feel are the wrong reasons. First of all, I've seen people get mad about this because this is a lesser known character. I mean, literally, even people who read comic books have no idea who this guy is. This guy's literally been in only 2 issues. 2 issues of Spider-Man. That's it. And they're making a movie about him. So, I think that that's kind of a silly thing to necessarily be upset about, because whether or not a character is known or unknown has no bearing on whether or not the adaptation will be good, right? Like, nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. They made a Guardians of the Galaxy, and they made everybody know and love the Guardians of the Galaxy. So, again, I'm not, like, that's a silly thing to get mad about, just the how known the character is. Second thing, I've seen a lot of people mad and saying that, well, Bad Bunny only, or not Bad Bunny, Muerto was only in 2 issues. There's not enough source material to make a movie about. And it's just like, you realize that for about 100 years, I think, as like that we've been making movies, people have just been, writing scripts and coming up with stories for their characters that they then make a movie about. You can just make up material for El Muerto. Like you could just make a movie. That's just a weird complaint to me, where it's like, how can you do it? There's not enough material. Then you make the material. I don't know, that's weird to me. Now, then there's this initial thing that I was initially worried about. Like, what really stood out to me initially was that they went out and they got Bad Bunny, and my initial reaction to this news was, oh gosh, you just went out and got like a popular like singer or rapper, whatever he is. Like, really? And by the way, no hate on Bad Bunny. I've never listened to any of his music. No opinion on that. But my initial thing was like, oh, really? You went out and got a rapper, a singer, whatever he is? But as I pointed out in the Deadline article, apparently he was in an episode of Narcos Mexico. Haven't watched it, but I mean that's like a pretty critically acclaimed show, I think. So I'm assuming he was probably pretty decent in that. And then he's in Bullet Train, and he's in that other movie with whatever Gael Garcia, whatever that is. So he's at least trying to be an actor, and he has done things, and presumably Sony watched some of those things and have gone, yeah, this guy's pretty good. We want him to be in a movie of ours, because I think Bullet Train is also a Sony movie. So I mean that's interesting. So maybe he is actually a decent actor. So I'm not going to necessarily criticize Sony on that front. Where I will, however, criticize Sony, and that does, well, where I overall, even though I'm defending Sony here so far, I am overall negative on this project. And there's like 2 reasons why. First of all, Sony just hasn't instilled any confidence in me. I mean, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Morbius, bad, 3 bad movies. Until I get 3 good Sony Marvel movies, I'm just not gonna. I can't be excited about anything that they do in the spunk in the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters. So I mean, there's that already. Like, I'm sorry, but it's just how I feel. So, And the other thing is that the the inception of this project was not, the people at Sony, really trying to chart out their cinematic universe, really trying to plan it out, and they felt, what we really need right now is an El Muerto movie. It's gonna be a really good movie to right now at this time to put in our cinematic universe. No, they're making this movie because they were like, oh, Bad Bunny is really popular. We need him in a movie. And then Bad Bunny goes, hey, I YouTubed Aladdin Spider-Man villains, and this El Muerto guy popped up. Why don't we do him? And the Sony executives were like, sure, greenlight it. That does not instill confidence within me. Spoiler alert for a story later on, but Marvel, like Kevin Feige mentioned at Cinemacon, that he's currently on a retreat that he took a break from to come down to Cinemacon, but he was on a retreat where him and his creative team were charting out the next 10 years of Marvel movies. That's how they're handling that at Marvel Studios. Sony is letting Bad Bunny Google some villains and then greenlighting a movie based off of that. That's insane to me. That's not how you do a cinematic universe. So, listen, maybe this movie comes out and it's the greatest film of all time. Step aside The Godfather, El Muerto is here. Maybe that happens. But as of right now, this is just more evidence of Sony just being a bunch of goobers that don't know what they're doing. But we'll see how it pans out, I guess. All right. Next up, we're going to move over to Warner Brothers and DC. So we'll read this from Collider. Matt Reeves is coming back as director for The Batman 2, the sequel to his critically acclaimed take on The Dark Knight starring Robert Pattinson. Warner Brothers broke the news out today at their panel at CinemaCon, reassuring fans that Reeves' vision for Gotham City will continue to expand in the upcoming years. Not surprising in the least, the Batman was, critically successful, commercially successful. Matt Reeves has been talking about him wanting to expand the universe on HBO Max. Of course this is going to happen. So there's not really that much to say. I mean, I guess there have been some people that have been questioning whether or not it would get a sequel, saying that, $760 million that's not enough money. But I think people need to understand that this movie actually had like a pretty steep uphill battle. Like, whether it be, people not wanting Robert Pattinson as Batman, about all those Snyder people being like, we need the Ben Affleck Batman movie, restore the Snyderverse, those people are out there. There is an understandable sentiment of people being like, oh my gosh, another Batman. And, to the Snyder fans' dismay, a lot of people were not enchanted with what Zack Snyder did and the DCEU in general, not just Zack Snyder, but just the DCEU in general. And they're like, but the Batman had to deal with that baggage. Yeah, Snyder fans don't get mad at me. I'm just, it is what it is. It's the reality of the situation. So, it actually did have a pretty uphill battle to climb. And I mean, $760 million is a great start for this franchise. So, yeah, of course this is going to get a sequel. So now, I guess they also showed some footage of The Flash. Now, okay, listen, I didn't talk about the Into the Spider-Man footage, but this was basically like a semi-teaser. So I'll talk about what they showed here. I know, I'm weird. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I am going to talk about the Flash footage that they showed, okay? But bite me. Okay, it's coming from Screen Rant. Time has a pattern in the footage with multiple shots of Barry waiting in line. Barry ends up running back in time to see his mother, Nora Allen, be killed. Keaton's Batman at one point says, "You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts," with a smile on his face, with the quote being from the original Batman '89 film. He does this while being in his Batman costume, without his cowl. As expected, Bruce has gray hair, making it clear that this is an older Caped Crusader. Michael Shannon's Zod also makes a quick appearance while giving a first look at Sasha Cale's Supergirl. The footage also reveals Keaton's Batman riding a Batcycle while a car flies over him in slow motion. There is also a shot at Keaton's multiple Batsuits in Wayne Manor, all variations of the '89 costume. So, yeah, I'm like, honestly, I don't know how to feel about this Flash movie. Like, it's been in development hell for so long. I mean, just to put some things into put this into perspective. This Ezra Miller Flash movie was announced, I believe, 2 weeks after the Flash TV show began airing, right? Season 1. Nine seasons later. 9 seasons later. Well, the ninth season is going to air, but after 9 seasons of the Flash CW show, we are going to hypothetically get the Ezra Miller Flash movie. It is taking them 9 years for them to make this stupid movie. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I can't help but suspect that it's gonna be a disaster, you know. But I mean, apparently, according to people who watched this footage, the footage at least looked pretty cool. Oh, and by the way, not to mention all the Ezra Miller shenanigans, right? He's out there assaulting people, calling women sluts, you know, going on just a rampage in Hawaii. So obviously that's gonna taint this movie as well. But yeah, it's like, I don't know how to feel about this movie. But supposedly this footage was cool. I am a little worried by that Batman line where he's like, "Oh, you want to get nuts? Like it? Let's get nuts." Like, it kind of reeks of like desperate fan service to me. Of like, oh, he said the line from the movie. Oh, I remember when he said that line. You know, it's kind of like when Willem Dafoe in No Way Home, he was like, you know, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself, but like I personally didn't like that line. That felt like a little too fan servicey for me. So I don't know, but maybe it plays better in the movie. I didn't watch the scene because I wasn't there because I'm not cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm not super jazzed to see Michael Keaton back as Batman. You know, like I was never nostalgic for that Batman. Like I didn't watch the '89 Batman movie until I was in like my teens, and I watched it and I was like, this isn't really a great Batman movie. But so I was like, so it is what it is. Like I'm not super excited to see Michael Keaton's Batman. But I mean, I don't know. Hopefully it comes out and hopefully it's good. Hopefully. Although just another interesting thing to note, right, as far as the Ezra Miller thing, Warner Brothers continues their strategy of just being like, shh, don't talk about Ezra Miller. What's the Encanto song? We don't talk about Ezra. No, we don't talk about Ezra. They're just not bringing it up. No apology. You know, they haven't forced Ezra Miller to make an apology to the people who he's assaulted. They're just ignoring it. So we're going to see what happens with this Flash movie. I mean, apparently they showed Ezra Miller in the trailer. So as of right now, they're not talking about like reshooting or recasting or, you know, just like dumping the movie on HBO Max or anything. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening for that. Okay. I could have sworn. Okay. So I didn't make any graphics for these because I'm an idiot. But apparently they also showed off Black Adam and Aquaman. Apparently in the Aquaman footage that they showed, Aquaman is like fighting Black Manta because Black Manta is like powerful now or something. Whatever. I'll be honest, I don't care about Aquaman that much. And then Black Adam, they also showed some Black Adam footage. I think they showed off some more of like the Justice Society and whatever. Okay, there was this one line that apparently happens that's really stupid where I think Black Adam is gonna kill somebody, and then Hawkman comes in, and Hawkman is like, you can't kill people, but superheroes don't kill people. And then, you know, Black Adam is like, I do. But it's like, the DCEU consists of nothing but superheroes that kill people. I'm not even saying that that's a bad thing. But that's the dumbest thing. What are you talking about? That's what the DCEU is. That's what the MCU is. Like the MCU superheroes aren't like shy about killing people either. It's just a really dumb thing to talk about. I feel like it's like superheroes don't kill people, killing bad. It's like what? Okay, but whatever. Who cares? I sure don't care. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all they showed at the Warner Brothers presentation. Next up, let's talk about Disney. So, apparently, on the Disney side of things, they showed an Avatar 2 trailer. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. Cinemacon delegates donning their 3D glasses gave an enthusiastic welcome to the return of Pandora, with a first look at the teaser trailer for James Cameron's sequel titled Avatar: The Way of Water, Wednesday during Disney's Slate presentation. The teaser trailer only will be initially released next week in theaters, ahead of Disney/Marvel's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So yeah, they also showed off an Avatar 2 trailer. That will apparently I think we're gonna see what they saw next week, before Doctor Strange 2, which is it's kind of funny because I'm like, do I want to watch this in like, am I gonna like put my fingers in my ears and be like la 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 la, I'm not listening, la la la, so that I can do like a trailer reaction, or am I just gonna be like a sane human being and just like, okay, whatever, I don't get to do the trailer reaction? I honestly, I'm not sure. Also, I really don't want to watch Doctor Strange in 3D, but it's also like, I feel like I'm not getting the full Avatar experience if I don't watch it in 3D. So like, what if I bought what if I bought 2 tickets? Like, what if I bought like a ticket for for Avatar, or for Doctor Strange in 3D, watch the Avatar 2 trailer, then leave that showing, then come back to a later showing for Doctor Strange 2. I'm not actually gonna do that. I'm probably just gonna watch the trailer in 2D, because whatever, I don't actually care that much, but that would be funny. But yeah, Avatar 2, it's actually kind of tangible. I think James Cameron has been working on it for about 87 years. So yeah, they also announced that there are officially like 4 sequels coming out. So that's cool. I think as far as what they showed in the trailer, I think it's basically just I think they showed like the Jake Sully and Zoe Saldana's kids. I think they have like weird blue/human children or something, and they're in the water. And from what I've heard, people are like, it's incredible. You feel like you're in the water with them. It's incredible. And it's like, sure, I don't deny that it is, but also I cannot bring myself to care all that much about Avatar. I'm also, by the way, I'm not even a hater on the first Avatar. I'm not gonna lie. I've ridden the bandwagon and spouted out some hate for Avatar in the past. I definitely have done that, but it's also been so long since I've watched it that I don't really remember it, and I don't feel like it's fair for me to clown on it. So, I'll probably watch the first Avatar before I see this. Like, it'll get re-released in theaters, and I'll probably check it out. But yeah, we'll see what Avatar 2 is like when it comes out. So apparently they've also shown the first 20 minutes of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Again, I don't want to talk about like extended periods of a movie, so I'm not going to discuss it too much. I've tried to avoid looking into it too much. But they did show that, but from what I've heard, people really enjoy it. And like it's apparently great. It's very Sam Raimi, and it's just like really well. Like people are like, oh no, they shut it off. I wanted to watch more. So that's very promising, and I'm excited. So we'll see it ourselves when it comes out. And apparently they also showed the first 30 minutes of Lightyear, that Buzz Lightyear movie. And yeah, so apparently Lightyear is like incredible, at least the first 30 minutes, right? maybe it goes to poo poo in the latter half of the film. But supposedly the first 30 minutes are like genuinely spectacular. So that's promising. I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of hate around this movie. I mean, okay, there's generally just a lot of hate about, like, I feel like Disney in general, which is fair. Big corporations, popular to hate on it, whatever. But like, I feel like people are just like mad about Lightyear because they think it's like a cynical, soulless cash grab, and I don't know. I'm always I of the perspective that every movie is a cash grab. Every movie is made to just make money. That's what all movies are made for. That being said, like, most of the time, like, they're artists working on these movies that care about their craft, you know, is Lightyear purely made to make money and to and to make money off of the Toy Story brand? Yeah, I mean, probably, like, that's probably the inception of it. But I also don't doubt that the animators and the director and, the whoever wrote the script, like, they probably really care about this movie and they put their hearts and soul into it. So I don't know. I feel like the cynicism around this movie especially was just kind of, I don't know, weird to me. But it is what it is. Okay, next up, I talked about it beforehand, but this is coming from Screen Rant. While attending the ongoing Cinemacon 2022, Feige revealed that the MCU storytelling plan now runs up until 2032. That's a full decade worth of narrative from now, although he doesn't say how the projects will be segmented into phases or if they will continue with that structure. The blueprint includes new and old characters as it continues its transition from the Infinity Saga to a brand new overarching story. Yeah, I mean, this is just in stark contrast to to El Muerto, where, instead of Kevin Feige going like, oh, Harry Styles, he was in Eternals. Harry Styles, what we desperately want to make a movie with you. And then Harry Styles, like, he like reads up, he like Googles Marvel comic books, and he's like, oh, I found this this Howard the Duck comic. Maybe we can do that. And then Kevin Feige's like, boom, green light the movie where Harry Styles is Howard the Duck. Like, no, they are planning out their universe, deciding what they want to do. And you know what? If they have the opportunity to cast a Harry Styles in the Eternals, sure, they'll do it. They're not going to not do that, but if they have the opportunity. But they didn't make the Eternals to cast Harry Styles. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. But I will say Kevin Feige did mention that after just the incredible success of Morbius, they are now pivoting their entire cinematic universe to center around that character. They are strengthening their partnership with Sony, and Morbius is now going to be the central figurehead of the MCU. Jared Leto is going to be the next Robert Downey Jr., and I, for one, cannot be more excited. Okay, so last thing we're going to talk about is they showed some footage from Black Panther 2. It's coming from Screen Rant. The footage came as part of a larger sizzle reel for Disney's upcoming slate and featured a shot of Shuri, Okoye, and Nakia united at the front lines of a battle. The Black Panther 2 footage does not include confirmation on who Wakanda's army is preparing to fight, but this could be a tease of Namor's villainous role. Now, I think it's been reported that Namor might be the villain, but I don't think that's been confirmed, so I'm not going to necessarily take that at face value. But yeah, apparently they showed some footage of the three presumably leads of the movie. Like, I guess those would be who the movie is sort of centered on. Those are probably going to be the main characters, since Chadwick Boseman has unfortunately passed. Yeah, I don't know. Black Panther 2 is definitely something that I'm looking forward to, and I'm really rooting for, to be good. But, when you decide to completely rejigger your movie because, of course, like I said before, Chadwick Boseman unfortunately passed away, it is a worry of like, okay, well, is this going to be turn out to be like a great movie, or is it going to be kind of a mess because you're just reworking everything? Um, I'm not sure yet, but I do like I do like these three actresses a lot, and I like these three characters. So, like a project surrounding them is something that I would have been interested in anyways. So, hopefully this turns out great. Honestly, I feel like Okoye is the one that's played by Lupita Nyong'o, right? I feel like she would be the natural person to kind of be the lead in the movie. Um, or maybe oh no, Okoye is the guard. Hold on, let me look at those names again. Um, I'm actually okay. I am I am I am completely reworking my statement. Now that I think about it more, I think the guard Okoye, right? She's played the actress that played Michonne from The Walking Dead. I think she would be the natural lead. I think she's like, she was T'Challa's right hand person. She's the leader of the Chitauri, not not the Chitauri. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it, guys. Of the Dora Milaje. I feel like she would be a natural lead, at least to be like the leader of Wakanda, right? I mean, who knows who's gonna be the king? Like, is it gonna be Shuri? I don't know. I don't know that Shuri could win a fight against the people from the other tribes, but I feel like it would be natural for the movie to kind of follow Okoye. Um, but it's probably gonna follow a multitude of characters. Like, I don't think there's gonna be like one singular character that replaces Chadwick Boseman. But yeah, that's about it so far. I think we still have Universal and Paramount's presentations later in the week, but probably not gonna. I mean, I might make videos about them, but this is all the nerdy stuff that we really care about. Let's be real here. We're being real. We're being real on this channel, yo. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about whatever thing Universal and Paramount are doing? Oh, Jurassic World Dominion. Oh, dinosaurs again. Oh, we got the old cast back. Oh, whatever. Nobody cares. Everybody's just here for El Muerto, baby. El Muerto. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. What's up, Bad Bunny? It's gonna be great. Well, the most highly anticipated movie of the year after the massive commercial and critical success of Morbius. El Muerto.